Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yep, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. We have another round of 90 Day Fiance. We have the scream heard around the world. How you feel about that, C?
Child, what they got going on?
I'll say this. One thing I'm starting to peep about 90 Day Fiance is these little stupid shows. Why y'all keep going across the pond, across the waters to go find love? All these people in America, y'all can't go find nobody. And y'all look, you know what I'm saying? And then y'all always run into problems. Also, just, you know what I'm saying? And then one of the biggest thing I've noticed a lot of times is the culture clash. It's 100% a culture clash because ways one grow up in a whole different cultural structures is going to be different from somebody else who grew up with like freely structured. You know what I'm saying? Like you free to structure whichever way you want to. So it's always one of those, man. But with that being said, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go, man. You want the first part? All you have to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals,
like it with a thumbs up.
Facts, man. But let's go. Let's hop into it. Let's see what the shenanigans is today. The drama in the relationship world. Let's go.
TJ, I felt really alone lately.
Girl.
You expect me to be around here.
I'm starting to get depressed because I can't do anything.
So baby, it's a common problem now.
It's not a common problem to get depressed right after you get married.
Oh yeah.
And whenever I tell you how I feel, we get into an argument and we don't talk for days.
Hold on, what did she just say?
She said it's not a common problem to get depressed after you just got married. Basically, it's not common to get married. I mean, to be depressed, and you just got married. You should be happy, right?
Let me see.
A common problem to get depressed right after you get married.
Oh yeah.
And whenever I tell you how I feel, we get into an argument and we don't talk for days.
You know what? I don't like the way this is going, and I don't think we should talk for a few days. Bye. Was that a scream or a car skidding next to my ear?
If you are trying to ruin the relationship...
Okay, so if you don't remember Kimberly and TJ, they're the ones that met in a dream, or at least that's what Kimberly claims. She is what we call a clairvoyant, which means that she can predict and see events in the future, except for the ones in her own life or other people's lives, or just in general. She's honestly closer to a human magic 8-ball than anything, you know? Like, can you technically use it to predict the future? Yes. Would it ever be accurate? Would you be one of the most insane people in the world? Yes.
One day, I had a dream, and that dream helped me find my fiance. We were in the desert riding dune buggies, and I could just tell how happy I was. It felt like a metaphor for the life that I was going to have with this person.
A few moments later.
My life in India is the worst. I wouldn't wish this life on anybody.
So yeah, not only was her prediction inaccurate, but it was pretty much as inaccurate as it can possibly get. Did she think they were just gonna ride dune buggies around all day and that they were gonna be in love 24/7 and have no difficulties and stress at all? When she first got to India, the apartment that they were supposed to live in together was not up to her standards, so they got into this huge argument, and then she started crying, and then he ran in the other room and told his family, and then she stood up on a table for some reason. It was
what I said in the beginning, lack of what?
Yeah.
It's lack on her part. One biggest issue she has is lack of understanding another person's culture or where they come from. At least go before you try to jump in and take it serious. Go see the environment. Go experience life there. Just see if you can even make it there for the rest of your life. If you like, hey, these ain't up to the par. That's, to be completely honest, that might be something that could be a deal breaker for a relationship. Just be like, from my viewpoint and what I'm used to, like, I don't believe that I can make it in these circumstances.
Right.
Don't go through with it. You can save yourself a lot of stress and heartache. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's easier to date and marry someone that comes from the same background and the same struggles because y'all both can be able to relate. and understand and want to, you know what I'm saying? It's easier.
Bad. And things have only gotten worse since then, especially with the relationship between Kim and TJ's family. So today I thought I would just catch us up to speed a little bit and see what's been going on with these two. In this scene, Kimberly and TJ's brother go out shopping, and it definitely doesn't end well.
I would describe my relationship with TJ's brother as cordial.
I'm feeling back again here in our city.
How am I feeling about it?
Yeah. Nice wedding. That's going to come in a few days. You're going to be a part of our family. How are you feeling?
I don't know.
Cordial.
I feel like I need to change a lot in order to be in the family.
Look, I don't want to change all these things about myself. Nobody told me I was going to have to do this when I get here. Well, except for TJ and you guys. And I did do a quick Google search before I left that I probably should have done a long time ago. And also, I'm a clairvoyant. Ah, shit. I'm really messing this one up.
Like, for instance, TJ said that I can't eat garlic, but maybe one day a week. Like, if I really want pasta one day, I can't just make it. I have to check with you guys to see if it's okay. And that is a change. That's invasive. That's not being able to do whatever I want.
So things get heated once garlic is brought up. This has been a very contentious topic so far. Their religion doesn't allow them to eat garlic, and Kim is ready to die on this garlic hill. So what do you do about the garlic problem? What's the solution here? Well, I don't know, because if you can't even get past garlic, is there even a point in going further? Should you even bother?
I should be allowed to eat what I want. And if one day I decide I want to eat meat again, what would happen?
We'll throw garlic at you.
Someday you decide to eat pork or beef. We cannot say that you are in our family.
So of course, to me, this sounds like too much. I don't think it's fair to remove somebody from your family because they eat meat. But if that's how they do things, and this is what they...
Again, can't deny someone else's culture and understanding. You have to go and experience it. You got to understand where they coming from.
Especially if you plan on being around or being married or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, if you plan to marry, like, at least know that this, that, and the third is going to be, like, you know, non-negotiable. And if it's something that you can't handle, then that's not the person for you.
Yeah. Like it's just the simplicity of shit in life, man. Y'all be making a shit.
And then if you like, I can definitely change that. I can do that, you know. That's gonna be, you know, then cool.
Or already
like, I'll
do that,
respect
or,
that,
you know
or whatever the case. I'm already going in understanding that this is what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, baby girl, like, did we do any type of...
The only thing you thought about was, oh, there was a man in my dreams, I gotta bury him. But you ain't get to know who he probably really is. That's sad, bro.
Told Kimberly, then it's not really fair for her to walk over there and be like, you know what, this is stupid. I don't want to do any of this stuff, even though I agreed to come over here and do this stuff.
I have to obey your rules for the rest of my life.
Don't you sign up for?
Or else
rule? Why do you
I
feel
can't
like
be in
we
your
are...
family.
If you do something which is like opposite to our tradition, you are just making it harder for TJ, not for us. You are making it harder for TJ.
All right, I understand. But what about the dune buggies? Because I had this whole dream and there was nothing about garlic and all this culture argument stuff. It just said we were going to live in a desert world with dune buggies and we're going to have magic diamond houses.
I'm again saying TJ will be sandwiched in between, okay?
Are you telling me I can't eat a sandwich?
He has to appease you, he has to appease us as well.
This is why I didn't want to live with you guys. Garlic.
But you did, though. You chose to move over here and live with TJ and his family. I don't think other people should be telling other people what to eat, but that's why I'm staying in my own house with my own garlic, where I can freely eat it. I'm not gonna fly across the world and live in some anti-garlic person's house and get upset when they're not allowing me to eat it.
I have to obey your garlic for the rest of my life.
This is what you don't want to live with us.
I didn't. I'm doing it for TJ. But it isn't my first choice.
And what he did, he spent all his money to make for some construction so that you can live in a different floor.
And what did I do? I moved across the world for him.
Oh no, it's the classic 90-day argument. Who is sacrificing more? We should have a point system by now. Can anyone figure that out?
I am actually doing a lot to live here, and this isn't ideal for me, period.
We are doing a lot to let you live here. We respect your tradition as well. We respect your liberty.
Because you told me that I can't cook garlic every day.
Why you're so much...
Girl!
Yes, maybe they don't want to smell the breast.
Obsessed on this
really?
garlic.
I said breast. I said maybe they want to smell the breast.
But this is the thing. This is the thing she failed to realize. Regardless of the fact, he could have, you know, went and chose, whatever. But he chose, yes, he chose to be with you. But you also chose to be with him, knowing that y'all come from different backgrounds, different traditions, different cultures, and you chose to move across the world for him. So if you're going to choose to do that, you already know that you're going into something that you're going to have to like make some changes. Like, you're not respecting anything. But you chose to move over there. So don't get over there. No, now you know all this stuff what you should have known beforehand or did your research beforehand.
And now you want to be like, understand the lifestyle and be like, hey, that ain't the lifestyle for me.
This not for me. This is whoa. So I'm gonna have to stay with you guys. I can't go and learn some things. Yes. Learn, talk if you got sisters or mom, talk to the women, really try to understand what you're going into.
Yeah. Cause what so you now you're into
it, and you no, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Well, girl.
It's too late now.
Garlic only.
You just don't get it. Garlic is freedom. Freedom is garlic. I don't know what kind of crazy capitalist, socialist society you got going on over here, but in America, we can eat what we want. You can't just tell us what to do when we come over here and live in your house.
Actually, I'm telling you, you are not staying here temporarily.
Well, how long am I staying?
With the family. Stupid is with the family, I am telling.
You just call me stupid? Don't dare ever call me stupid.
She don't belong in
Garlic.
So obviously, TJ's brother is very rude here. He definitely shouldn't have called her stupid, and I don't agree with most of what he said. But also, I just don't really care that much because I'm not a big fan of either of them.
Don't you dare ever call me stupid. Because I am not.
Okay. You are the wisest person in the world, okay? And now you are happy with it?
Thank you.
Yasha's a typical Virgo. Oh, he's kind of controlling, thinks he knows what's right. He's pompous, a little bit arrogant.
You know, even if these things are true about this guy, I don't like the fact that she's drawing a connection between that and him being a Virgo. What about all the Virgos that aren't like this? She specifically said typical Virgo, which implies that it's a lot of them. So I guess she thinks a lot of Virgos are arrogant and pompous.
So I want him to understand that I'm not going to sacrifice every bit of myself just to be with TJ. He needs to compromise in some way.
Is not being able to eat garlic sacrificing every bit of yourself? That's the only thing she's brought up. Like, I'm sure there's other things, but that's the only thing she's focused on. If that's the worst of it, is it really that bad?
You love TJ. Why do you love TJ? What's about?
It's everything about him.
So everything means everything.
Well, not all the stuff I don't like.
It's okay to compromise for the few things because he's also compromising, yeah. It's not in competition. You make him king, then he will make you prince.
He's already a king, and I don't want to be a prince. I never want to be a boy, and please don't touch me.
All he did was confuse the word prince with queen, and she's like, I don't want to be a boy. I never said I wanted to be a boy. When did I tell you that? Purple Rain is overrated. There, I said it. I get that she's already mad because he called her stupid. I would be mad too, but still, I think it's pretty obvious he didn't mean to say prince. She was so quick to take that as an insult, as if that's something people commonly say to each other. Oh, he's gonna be king, and you're gonna be his little prince. Fetch me some garlic, prince, for I am hungry.
Sorry.
You just deserve a dramatic love, and you will only gain the drama only in your life.
Whether you like it or not, I do love TJ. And whether you like it or not, he loves me too.
I don't care.
How dare you accuse me of saying I deserve drama in my life? I'm so glad the camera crew is here and they're getting this so that everybody knows how crazy you are.
But again, I'm doing this for TJ.
You're not because of TJ.
No, it is because of TJ. Because I hate India. I don't want to be here.
Why do you love TJ?
It's everything about him. Because I hate India.
Honestly, I think they just both don't have respect for each other or each other's culture, and it's as simple as that. It's one thing to not enjoy.
But I'll say this. We got, Shorty, you chose to move and live in India. When you married this man, I'm sure y'all had a conversation of where y'all gonna be at. He said, hey, this is where I'm from, this is my culture, this is my family. We have structure, we have religion, we have things we believe and go by. You the one that said, yeah, I'm from America, but I'm gonna choose to be here. You have to understand, when you make that decision, you are choosing their culture and not yours. You cannot force their culture onto them and where they are. If you wanted to live like an American, if you wanted to live like an American, stay in America. If you want to follow by everything you already, stay there. If you're gonna move there, adapt to that life. Adapt to your surroundings. Adapt to what's going on. That is what they do. Have some respect for the culture you decided to move into, to marry into, to...
Yeah.
That shit is annoying, bruh. But hey, to each his own, man. If you hate...
I'm also thinking, because I'm wondering, like, just like what type of conversations were had prior, like between the two. Like,
it had to be some for y'all to even get married.
Oh, no. I'm not saying it was conversation. I'm just saying, like, the degree of the conversations. Like, did y'all talk about, like, culture things? Did, like, you ask questions? Did you, like, know some of the stuff going into it? And you was just like, okay.
But you can't marry a man just because you had a dream about him.
Right.
And you expected this guy. That could have been just somebody you had a one-night stand with. But you enjoyed you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily mean this is the man that was meant to be your husband.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Being somewhere and to prefer where you used to live, but she's flat out saying that she hates India.
He is the only reason I'm here. He's the only reason I have to put up with you. He's the only reason I have to deal with your parents.
And he's the only reason we are tolerating you. We are tolerating garlic jokes on our head. He's the only reason.
What if they both just realized, you know what? We're only tolerating each other because of TJ. This is all his fault. Let's go kick his ass.
Ultimately, he will have to leave you to make his life happy. I am telling the truth.
Alright, I think you get it. Let's just move to another scene. So surprisingly, TJ did stick up for her and told his brother that he didn't like how he handled the situation. And then apparently like 10 episodes went by. I barely remember what happened. I just remember them sitting in the apartment the whole time. Well, they got married first.
Hi.
Hi.
What you doing again?
Pulling some cards.
Babe, those are Pokemon cards.
So, I was thinking, like, you wanna go come downstairs?
Sure. For what?
So Kimberly and TJ live upstairs from his family, and since Kimberly and his family don't get along at all, it's always a big event whenever they have to go downstairs. So she hates the fact that she feels trapped up there, and she also can't go out and do anything since she doesn't speak the language.
Just have a little conversation. Yash, me, you, dad, mom, together.
I want to settle misunderstanding between Yash and Kimberly. Yash is making my parents believe that I'm taking the Kimberly's side, and now they feel hurt.
So TJ wants them to all have a conversation to try to squash the beef, but it ends up starting entirely new beef. Kimberly is wearing ripped jeans, and everything just kind of quickly becomes about that.
राज, इसको पता नहीं है क्या कि अपने सबके सामने
ठीक है भाई.
तो तरीका है हर चीज का.
रुक तो जाओ एक मिनट, बैठने तो दो.
कुछ तो तमीज होनी चाहिए ना.
It's too bad nobody can just be like, all right, listen, we're all from different places. Can we just chill out and just have some dinner? And...
Nah. I'm talking about to the commentator. At the end of the day, like, I'm gonna just say this from a personal standpoint. I have very high respect in regards to other people's culture and other people's. So if I'm going to somewhere else, I'm not going to take my American ways somewhere else. I'm going to respect your grounds, same way I would want you to respect my grounds when you were in America. So I don't want you, like, if you, that's the same way when people come here from other countries, y'all, so you're in America now, like, do as Americans. All right, you're in India now. Understand, like, you shouldn't be wearing ripped jeans. Understand the way the women have to carry themselves. You married into that way of life. You chose, at the end of the day, you have a choice. We all, as humans, have choices. Some, I understand culturally, y'all might not have the choice. But being here, being that Kimberly was born and raised in America, she has choices. You know what I'm saying? She chose to go into this. Don't disrespect it.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing I'm getting from this whole thing. That, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then I'm also thinking, I'm like, because it'll still be on her in a sense, because I'm like, even if it's like lack of knowledge, at the end of the day, like I say, you should have prepared yourself and knew what you was getting yourself into. So I'm just trying to, like, understand. I know things don't happen overnight, but if y'all been conversing all this time, you had you know, time to prep and know what you was getting into to be like, okay, can't do this, can't do that, can't eat this, can't eat that, can't dress like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe show some type of interest in if you're going to be over there and if you're going to be married to him or whatever the case may be, then try to, you know, learn the language as well.
Learn the language, learn the culture, start dressing other cultures.
If that's what you want, if you don't see your life like that, then abort. Like just go,
say, hey,
go
this
back
ain't
home.
gonna work for me. I need my American culture, and I'm going back home.
That's cold. Sorry, y'all.
About a movie or something. Do you guys ever seen Die Hard? What do you think? Does it deserve to be called a Christmas movie?
बहू का एक थोड़ा सा होता है, थोड़ा शालीन था, फुल पहने, अब तो पूरा गाय भी है, कपड़ा पहना खाए के लिए.
Jesus Christ, what are your dislikes? People's knees. Oh, come on, bro, dude, come on.
I feel like there's no winning here. Right when they're about to patch something, boom, somebody's exposed knee is in the room, and we got to talk about it endlessly for no reason.
ऐसा तो है नहीं कि उनको ऐसा घर में आके ऐसे कपड़े पहन के आके फायदा हो जाए कोई.
Or it may not have occurred to her that this is indecent clothing.
तमीज़ सीख लो, सब ठीक है.
तुम खुद तो रुको तो थोड़ी देर, धैर्य तो रखो थोड़ी देर.
बस ठीक है, तरीका सीखो, थोड़ा तमीज़ सीख लो.
ऐसा तो नहीं कि पहली बार पहन के आ रही हो ये.
Here's a quick list of the things that Kimberly knew about India before she came over. Desert, sand, dune buggies, happiness. Anyway, in this next scene, Kimberly's parents arrive in India for the wedding. The four of them all go out to dinner, and TJ seems like he wants to pretend like everything's fine and not tell her parents about everything that's been going on with his family, whereas she wants to talk about everything.
Well, I've got to bring up some things. Earlier today, Kim was talking about some of the issues that came up with Yash and is feeling uneasy about her place in the home. So I'm concerned for her happiness.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that, dude. Everything's fine. She's got her Pokemon cards for when I go to work. My entire family hates her and we argue all the time, but these are just normal things every marriage has to deal with. But it's okay though. Anytime we get into a big argument with the family, we could just go to our own place, upstairs, 10 feet away.
How can you guarantee that Kimberly has a place that everyone accepts her?
They already accepted her. It's not about the acceptance. They are okay with everything except the argument which happened.
Bro, they're not even okay with her jeans. I don't get why he thinks it's a good idea to lie to her parents about this. I get that he doesn't want to reopen everything that just happened, but still. They're gonna find out either way. I'm assuming she's gonna tell them.
Okay.
And they're accepting her. They're living her. My mom
It doesn't seem like it.
Ah, she's just kidding around. My mom loves her. Just loves her.
Because right now, it's like a tense situation. That's why.
But she's feeling uncomfortable.
I totally accept her concern, but just let me tell you one thing.
This is just kind of hopeless because no matter what TJ does, he's not going to be able to change how his family thinks, and he's also not going to be able to side with either Kimberly or his family. He's just going to be wedged in the middle the whole time.
But I told you, when we were engaged, we will be moving our family. That's how custom shows. Because it just...
I know you said that's how custom shows, but that was never what I wanted.
Yeah, that may be a reason you never wanted, but just I told you what I think.
So is it just what you want in this relationship?
I don't get it though. If you never wanted that, why would you agree to come live here with his family? If he says, hey, we have to live with my family, and that's something you absolutely don't want, you have to tell him that. And she asks if it's only what he wants, but he did make a compromise in a sense because he took out a loan to build an entire apartment upstairs. I think that was mainly just so she would feel more comfortable and have more privacy away from his family. So anyway, they almost break up right before the wedding, but then end up going through with it, and Kimberly is not a big fan of the traditions or how she feels as the bride. A lot of these episodes were relatively uneventful until the scream heard round the world.
I'm always here. In this house. In this
you
room.
also live in the house at your US as well?
Babe, you've lived in a house before and you weren't sad. What gives?
When I was in the US, I wasn't ever at my house. I can't talk to my friends. Whenever they're awake, it's like midnight here and I'm asleep.
Alright, this little motherfucker. She getting on my nerves, bro. At this point, she really getting on my nerves, man.
And I'm really trying to like.
It's like that little teenage ass mindset, bro.
I'm trying to understand both sides. I'm trying to understand everyone's side because again, TJ he is like in the middle. You know, he's trying to make his fiance or happy, or wife or whatever now or whatever, like happy and make sure that she's good and she feels, And then also, but you have the family because, again, culture and tradition. and he still got to make sure,
he's respecting his culture.
He's respecting his, Yeah. But at the same time, I'm just trying to, like, I get it. I know things don't happen overnight. It's going to take some adjusting. But are you even trying to, like, make the effort, to try and be like, okay, I sit down and be like, I respect. Okay, I understand. These are things that I'm able to compromise with, but at the same time, I don't feel like if you chose to have that life that you really have an option. If this is what the tradition and the culture is, you know what I'm saying? Or y'all make a decision if y'all gonna be together to go back to the States and y'all live there. But at the end, I don't think that he, you know what I'm saying?
Because
so that's why I don't feel like
him in
exactly. So that's why I don't feel like it's going. It was I'm not trying to say it's good or not because, that's them. But at the same time, it's just.
And what you said, like, you do have to look at both ends. Understand, like, all right, her end, it is a culture shock. Mm-hmm. Something she's not used to, something she's not accustomed to. And I get it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everything, like, when you going, like, and you should be eased into it, but you shouldn't, like, 100% rebuke it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm used to wearing my jeans with holes in it. Like, be like, oh, okay, this is something y'all don't do in your culture. Okay, can I wear jeans? If they say yes, you can wear jeans. Okay, that's a compromise. You can still wear your jeans. It's just even walking into the public there. Mm-hmm. If you can't if the mom feels some type of way about you having ripped jeans inside the home, as far as interacting with them. How do you think people gonna, like, you know what I'm saying? Right. And then that's a representation of the home you're living in. Mm-hmm. So you're not only representing TJ, you represent his mom, his dad, his brother, their name, their last name, their legacy. You are now a representation of them in their culture. Mm-hmm. So you should want to hold yourself appropriate to their culture. So while you're there, dress in their garments. You know what I'm saying? Embrace their culture, accept their culture. Then when I'm sure TJ is gonna be like, hey, yeah, we can go visit the U.S. Do what you want to do.
And I do agree, and I do feel like. I do understand that she's making like some compromises as far as even like the wedding, like being able to. But again, I don't feel like you really had a choice because you're over there, so you would have to like already know that you would have had their traditional wedding. So I understand, because she said that she was kind of mad and she didn't want to have that, but. Yeah. You chose to come up here to get married. Like, you chose to go over there to get married. So, it's just kind of like...
Even on the parents' end, they also have to understand that this is their culture.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the only thing, like, when it comes down to the U.S. and the world, I don't think the U.S. needs to push because this is what the U.S. do. The rest of the world needs to do. I don't think, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, they ain't got to live with it.
How the timing works, what to do.
I love how he's just kind of like, yeah, that's how time works. I don't really know if I could change that. Sorry.
TJ, I felt really alone lately.
You expect me to be around here, but I can't ruin my work because that's my responsibility.
Yeah, I know.
This is very similar to Jenny and Submit because she's just kind of stuck here with nowhere to go and nothing to do, and she didn't bother to learn the language, so she doesn't know how to go out and do anything on her own. I'm not surprised that she feels lonely and even depressed. I feel like most people in this situation would, but that's why it's important to be honest and realistic with what you're getting yourself into rather than setting yourself up for failure by imagining some magical fairy tale love story that doesn't really exist.
I don't speak Hindi. I don't have an option of going out without you.
Start learning. Download an app.
I feel like I'm starting to get depressed because I can't do anything.
This is such a common problem on this show because when people move to a new country, they often can't work for
Has he even tried to teach you like some of the, like greetings and stuff like that? Like, have he introduced you, or have you just like, I just want to speak English because he can speak English? So have you even tried to, you know what I'm saying, have him to, teach you at least something?
Time, but they somehow still can't find the time to learn a language. She's got nothing but time with her Pokemon cards and her garlic, and yet I haven't even heard her say a single word in Hindi.
I don't think that whenever you and I get into an argument, that it's healthy for you to just go down there and not talk to me. It feels like you're secluding me in a jail cell. It feels like I'm in isolation.
I actually agree with her here. I feel like it's not really fair for him to just run away to his family every time they get into an argument and she knows she can't go down there because they all hate her. The whole thing with the family is just such a big cultural difference that I don't think they're ever going to see eye to eye.
We are family. We usually go downstairs and talk to each other. You never think that there is a necessity of going downstairs every day.
Okay, but here's the thing. You guys think that I'm ignoring them. I'm not ignoring them. I just don't have anything to say.
She clearly wants her and TJ to just have a separate life apart from his parents and his family and just see them on occasion. And he wants her to be an actual part of his family and see them every day, and he wants everybody to get along. It's amazing that they fail to see that they're together, but both working towards two different realities.
I'm not on good terms with them.
That's a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem. And no one wants to solve anything with me. Everybody just wants to bitch at each other because of it.
How? Are you crazy about that?
Tejaswi, I have asked you multiple times not to dare call me crazy. I don't call you an ass. I don't call you a dick. I don't call you a titty baby.
What? Was she calling him a titty baby before? This was something they had to have a discussion about already?
Don't you dare call me crazy.
You're so crazy.
I'm acting like a wife who can't communicate clearly with her husband.
You're not acting like a wife right now.
I just told you a few minutes ago that I'm depressed.
Yes, and then I said you could cook garlic tonight. How could you possibly still be depressed? Don't make me go talk to my family about this, and then you're gonna have to listen in through the floorboards, and you're not gonna hear what we're saying, and it's in another language, so you're extra not gonna hear what we're saying. And if you call me titty baby again, I'll go tell on you, and you'll be sorry. You'll get in trouble.
You are depressed of your own reason, not because of me.
Everybody gets depressed over their own reasons.
If you wanna create a drama out of this, then it's okay.
That bitch crazy, bro. Everybody can see the way her eyes just, yeah, TJ, my boy. Wear that back and throw that thing back in the ocean. There's plenty of fish. You just caught a bad one. Don't throw that back in the ocean and keep fishing, my boy. That ain't.
With that situation, I don't really have like much to say as far as that, because I don't know how she's feeling. But again, even though you did choose to go over there, you're over there now, and it's probably like it's a shock. So I understand you going through all these emotions.
Duh, bitch, it ain't the U.S. no more.
Yeah, right, we get that.
I'm just saying.
Well, why you say it?
I'm saying like, duh. I'm saying like her.
Yeah.
Duh,
anyway, I'm talking.
What? I'm not calling you. Shut up. Because you weren't even thinking about it until I said it. No,
I just want to go make a big deal about it.
Oh, I ain't calling you one. Chill out. Come on.
Anyway,
back
I understand it's a shock or whatever the case may be. You did choose to go over there. I wish, she would have just prepared herself a little bit better. I wish they would have had like I don't know the conversations they had beforehand, but it doesn't seem like it was much of anything. But I just wish more conversation would have been had, more questions would have been asked, like a whole bunch of stuff.
You know what the saying is, right? When in Rome, do what? When in Rome.
What's the saying? I don't remember.
When in Rome, do as the Romans do.
Oh,
when they India.
Okay. Well, anyway. But yeah, so, I mean, I understand, she's depressed. She doesn't really have anyone to talk to. Even being around their family, they're talking, their language. So she still doesn't. Maybe even if she go downstairs, she wouldn't know what's going on.
Move so fast, bro.
So I don't know. Child.
Maybe you should have slowed down, develop some relationships there, develop some friends there, like visit a couple times and be like, hey. You know what I'm saying? Just so when you come officially live there, you like, okay, I got a couple people I know already. I got, moving fast.
Otherwise, you know that how many times I told you, if you feel alone, you can go back to US.
Well, that's really comforting stuff to hear from your husband. Damn, this is all so shocking and surprising. I wish I had some sort of clairvoyant that could see this all coming.
I'm telling you that I'm depressed and you don't care!
What you else expect from me?
Maybe give me a hug and say I'm sorry you're depressed!
I'm not doing that.
I know! You never will!
Honestly, I can understand their frustrations with each other. I'm just frustrated I watched this.
I am at my wit's end here.
You have all right to separate with me also.
I don't want to separate from you!
Because I'm a...
Come on, guys, let's all just take a deep breath.
No, I said I don't!
Kimberly.
We were in the desert riding dune buggies.
All right, well, I think that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Also, before I go, I just want to give a quick shout out to Kibble.
I ain't gonna hold you, TJ, my boy. Hold on. But you said what though? Bless you. Ooh, that sound nasty. You alright? You want to stay on camera?
No, it's so cold in here. But I do think that she wants to be with him. But at the same time,
she has this imaginary thing.
But I think I don't know the reasoning why.
She not looking at the realistic.
And you may want to be with someone, but I sometimes and it's none of my business. But I just wonder the why. Like, is it because you have this fairy tale in your head that what you thought it was going to be, and you want to try and make it that? Because you want to make sure that the dream you had comes true, or is exactly how you pictured it. Whatever the case may be. I don't know the reasoning why, because everything is kind of on the negative side. So I don't know.
Man. Hey, I said all I need to say throughout the video. At this point, that's the only advice I got for the lady and TJ. Run.
I wish them the best. I wish both of them the best.
But the best sometimes might be she go back to her culture.
Whatever the best is, I wish them the best.
Okay, I got you. Hey, man, y'all. Hey, it's them and the family. Because their situation also just doesn't impact them.
Right.
But it also impacts the family because y'all, even though he has an apartment built on top, y'all still are under one roof.
Yeah.
So it's still awkward tension vibe where she never comes down and interacts.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But hey, man, y'all spam us up. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts down below,
Please
man.
do.
But as always, I do go by the name DJ The Kid. This is
We are.
We are.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my folks. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.